level. The next story is I want to talk about Victoria's Secret. So if you guys don't know, you probably do, because Victoria's Secret is one of the most famous, I guess underwear, panty brand, if you'd say, bra brand, lingerie, that's probably the right word. Victoria's Secret is a woman's brand. I guess if you're a man, you could buy it too, to be honest. If you want to buy a bra and put it on your head, I'm sure you can. They'll probably take your money. They don't care. So it's a lingerie brand, but every year, or maybe multiple times a year, they have fashion shows. Victoria's Secret, they're one of the most famous and well-renowned fashion shows in the world. And it's a fashion show with women because they make primarily women's lingerie, if not only women's lingerie. So there's nothing wrong with Victoria's Secret having an all-women's fashion show. I mean, that's totally fine. If you want to do something with men or women, I mean, go right ahead. It's an event. I don't really care. That's their freedom. And for their brand, it makes sense. I mean, we're going to get into the next story with GQ, which did this too, but it's fine. So the CEO basically responded to SJWs and said something along the lines of like, we sell plus size clothes, but we don't want plus size models for our event. And he basically said we don't want transgenders for our event. And his reasoning was like, listen, we're the only ones who do this type of show. It's like a Fantasyland dream come reality. Like, he's a dreamer. I'm sure the CEO, and that's his dream. It's like a bunch of hot women that are super skinny, marching down the aisle. So that he's just like, yo, in all due respect, we sell clothes for plus size, but that's not what the show's about. And that's okay. Personally, I think some of the models are too skinny. That would be my criticism. I think like some models, I'm like, yo, they need to eat a little bit more. So I'm not so on the like super skinny bandwagon. But also like obesity and plus size, it's not really healthy. It's okay to be plus size and obese. I think a majority of the country is, so you're not alone. But it's not like that great to promote being plus size either. So, I don't like that they promote super skinny girls. I don't like that, plus size. It's not up to me anyway. That's just my personal thoughts. But, transgenders is cool. If you have that in your mind and you know yourself better than I know you, and you say, I'm changing genders, which is transitioning genders, go all for it. But if Victoria's Secret doesn't want to have you in the show, it's okay. It's a show for women who are born women, and there's millions of other shows or hundreds of other shows that include transgenders. And nowadays, if you're like the 0.02% of the transgender population, it's your lucky year because like 50% of the opportunities are for you. So even though you're a very small percentage of the population, everyone's bending over backwards for you. It's the greatest time ever to be a transgender. You don't need to be in the Victoria's Secret. The rest of the world is your oyster. So overall, the CEO, oh my God, he doesn't want trans and plus size people in his fashion show. Oh my God, eating ice cream like at their Twitter, computer at 12 o'clock, yelling at them on Twitter. And then he basically apologized like everybody does. I'm waiting for somebody with a spine to just say, enough is enough. I'm not sorry. Like, you guys are absolute psychopaths, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I'm going to do. Unless I'm really wrong, then I'm going to say sorry. But if I don't feel sorry, I'm not going to lie about it like they do. But so he apologized. I was like, oh, I'm sorry for telling you the truth. I know you don't want to hear it. But so it's just ridiculous. Like, overall, this is like a mob mentality sort of thing. Like, we gotta have this. Just let it be, okay? Let Victoria's Secret be. Overall, I think the models are too skinny, to be honest. Like, certain ones, it's not even that attractive because you're like, man, they need to eat some. They need some green beans, some steak. If they're vegan, they need some hummus. I don't know, whatever it is. But I just don't like the fact that SJWs feel the need to control and force equality onto everything. On that.